What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and we're just gonna jump right into this. I haven't released anything since I think July of last year, and that was not done on purpose. I can assure you I didn't mean to take a break. I had to take a break due to schooling, which I'm finished. I got my diploma. I'm very happy. I had to take a break because of the stress I had at the job and the loss of a family member. And when I was coming back, I had the new mindset of creating content in a very different way. I wanted to create like a movie style workflow where I would sit down and I would record a story-based game, for this instance, Resident Evil Village, all the way through, edit it down, get everything ready for YouTube, and have that done and start working on the next project soon after that. That was the idea. When I created that video saying I'd see you in August, that was the whole idea. That was the intended process I wanted to go from. When I came back, after dealing with everything I had to deal with, I felt fine coming back into this. And then I had to deal with the technical difficulties of trying to figure out what I had done wrong because, oh my God, some things had gone wrong. I call it the bane of my existence. As a professional video editor, I hate it when I get projects like this. When nothing seems to work, I even transcode it differently with media encoder to try to make it so that it can work. And it seems that nothing I do seems to work, and it pisses me off because then I have to stop everything of which I'm doing to try to fix it. The only problem is when I try to fix an issue that I have already recorded, it makes it very daunting to create another piece of content like that. Perhaps I should just show you what I've been dealing with for a while now. So, as you saw on the screen, that was my fourth recording of Resident Evil Village on the PS4 using Elgato's HD60, I want to say S. It's the capture card that you use for the newer systems like the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox One, the Xbox One X, as well as the Nintendo Switch, and whatever capture card purposes you need it for. I had recorded all 7 days, and they're labeled like that for me sitting down to record these, and some of these are very short and some of these are very long. Now, I didn't notice that this was an issue until I was on the editing day, as a matter of fact, and I can show you what it looks like when you open up this program to start recording. Now, as you can see from the still frame, that I have stuff on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, and I have stuff on the very bottom. The right-hand side is everything I'm going to need to know for the device, sound, recording, game, etc. On the left, there's a big old screen. That screen is my display to let me know that the game is currently being shown on the capture card. And at the very, very bottom, that's just a transcode that I need to know how long I've been recording, if stuff is on, if stuff is off, and allows me to hear back if I need to. Now, what made this very irritating is that if you look at the main screen over on the left, and it's supposed to show you, okay, this is what the capture card currently sees in its rear view mirror, which is completely fine in my opinion. However, if there's a problem with the recording, that doesn't tell you that there's an issue. You actually don't find out until you get over to the editing side of things. Over on the editing tab is when you can actually scrub through all the footage to see if everything worked well. After it's processed, you'll be able to see it at the very bottom pane. As you can see here, I'm scrolling back to see when it actually froze. I recorded almost 2 hours of Pokemon Shining Pearl as my first time playthrough, and as you can see, it froze a little after an hour. And I don't know why it does that. I still haven't figured out how to fix it, so I decided to shift everything over to the next best thing, which is screen capturing software like Streamlabs OBS and sometimes OBS. Now, I used Streamlabs OBS to do all of my recording all the way up until they were exposed for being a copycat, realistically. Taking open broadcast software to then trademarking it to making it its own thing, forcing people to sign up for a premium service, so on and so forth. Whatever the case may be, they put a terrible taste in my mouth, so I decided to jump ship and use the regular OBS system instead. And that took time for me to relearn all of the audio sequences and tracks that I would need so that I could then record everything I've wanted to do at a later time. But even that came its own situational problems with projects like Back 4 Blood. I had some problems with Alien Elite Fire Team, I think what the game was called, and even the new FNAF game, Security Breach. I played that for 4 hours in my first ever playthrough, and I was playing with my friends on Discord because they've never seen it. I bought it and was like, hey, join me on this thing. Let's experience this together. They're like, sure. And let me go ahead and just kind of show you what happened with that one. Woo! Freddy Fazbear! Please do me a favor. Do not try to adjust your volume to try to hear this. This is how it was first recorded on OBS broadcast system with the audio tracks that I had at the time. I kind of love it. The music right now is really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you can tell from the footage, none of the game audio came through. I'm not 100% why, but I had to try to do something. It got my voice and whoever's on Discord, which is great. So I had to come up with a way to get the game audio to come back. And I thought that it was just how I opened it to listen to it the first time, but that's not how it was. I thought it was Premiere Pro that had, not created a sound bite for it, because it has to generate the sound waves before I can edit any type of sound, and that wasn't it either. So it was very annoying to have to deal with an issue like this right off the bat, and it took a little bit of time to figure that out too. So the solution that I thought of, and I got this from listening to Jake talk to me on Discord when I was telling him what I was looking for and what I would need to do to make my videos stand out a little bit more. And I don't really know if anyone else already does this, and I'm just like the slower person like on the totem pole to figure this out. My solution was to create a dedicated audio sound capture for the audio track for the games themselves. I turned off the recording section for the first audio track, so it's unclicked on everything, excluding streaming, and everything else is turned on. So now when I upload anything from recording on OBS, it shows up with 5 audio tracks. The first one is the game audio, which is supposed to not come in at all, but it still comes in randomly, and I still don't know why. I have me, I have Discord, and then I have the game, and then the 5th one is empty in case if I need it for something like later on down the road, but I have it turned on in the event that something does come up and I need that specific port for that thing. Now, if it's done correctly, this is what it should look like. Okay, it's been 10 seconds. Desktop's going off, game's going off, Discord, as well as my voice right down here. And that's it. So far, everything seems to work out okay. I still have to manually set the game audio for everything that I go and try to record. I do not record anything off of Elgato capture cards at this present time until I figure out how to get that fixed. And the games that I had started on and regretfully had the projects ruined, I can't play those at the moment. I can't fake my enthusiasm of playing it over again. It's something that becomes very apparent, and I'm not an actor by any means. I try to be genuine in my thoughts about certain things. I just can't fake it. That's just not me. So that's the kind of issues that I've been going through. I couldn't record anything until I fixed one problem, and by the time I fixed one, another one would pop up. I had not software issues, but actual computer issues, to where I had to replace my entire motherboard because I thought that it had broken. And even now, I have a brand new WD book to handle all of my processes for Premiere Pro. I have an external SSD to handle all my games because I ran out of space twice on my computer. And I even have an internal SSD to handle just working on my own projects for Premiere Pro, because I got so tired of waiting like an hour for anything to open up. And since putting it on the SSD, I have experienced less crashes, which is fantastic. By the way, I never thought that would happen, but those are the kind of things I've been dealing with for months, and then still having to deal with the crappy job situation. But I can tell you, I have a new one, and it's a lot better. It's full-time. I don't have to worry about money. I just have to worry about being healthy during the time of COVID, and try not to get sick to where I'm out for long periods of time, because a lot of what I've had to deal with for the last 2 years of being a driver for a food delivery service, and I don't really want to name them, but I do want to name them. But to deviate from that point, that's just kind of what I've been having to deal with for the last few months. I'm going to continue creating content. Don't ever expect me not to. And I even have some one-off games that I'm kind of excited to bring out to, because they were funny, but some of them were scary as well. And I have even purchased more games for me to play for the intended purpose of releasing them on the internet. So I'm coming back. I have a lot of content to show you already, and I can't wait to bring it out to you guys. And I'm hoping that you guys like it. I really do. So that's what's been going on with me. I hope that the rest of last year and parts of this year, because we're already in February at this point, is getting better. And I hope that whatever you're going through, you're able to pass. Because just like many things will come and things will go, and we just need to be strong enough to deal with them as they come. Don't try to worry about tomorrow. Live for today, and never get held up by your past. I know that was very philosophical, but that's just how I feel. But I want to thank you guys for watching, taking your time out to listen, and content will resume very shortly. I'm not going to give a date. I don't want another see you in August thing not happen. I just want to create content for you all to enjoy. This is Matt for the channel of Search 1285, and I'm signing out. See you later. Peace.